This is the War Brief Daily for June 27, 2026, covering the Iran and wider Middle East theater. Four major developments tonight. U.S. Central Command struck Iran following a drone attack on a commercial vessel in the Strait of Hormuz. Iran warned Gulf Arab states against siding with Washington. Israel and Lebanon signed a U.S.-brokered framework agreement, and the IAEA confirmed inspectors will access Iranian nuclear enrichment sites. First, U.S. strikes Iran. This is confirmed. On June 25, Iran hit the MV Ever Lovely, a Singapore-flagged cargo vessel with a one-way attack drone as the ship exited the Strait of Hormuz. Not an American ship, not an Israeli ship, neutral international trade. President Trump called it a foolish violation of the ceasefire on Truth Social the next day. Worth noting, days earlier, Trump had publicly declared he had fully reopened the Strait of Hormuz. That claim lasted less than a week. Hours later, U.S. Central Command confirmed U.S. aircraft struck Iranian missile and drone storage locations and coastal radar sites, a layered response that degrades Iran's future launch capacity and blinds its coastal surveillance at the same time. The International Maritime Organization has halted Hormuz evacuations and says operations will not resume until there are security guarantees for transiting vessels. The strait carries roughly 20% of global oil trade. Second, Iran warns Gulf states. Confirmed. Following the U.S. strikes, Tehran reasserted sovereign control over Hormuz and warned Gulf Arab states, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Kuwait, against aligning with Washington. Tehran is working to isolate the United States diplomatically and prevent regional partners from endorsing or enabling military action on Iranian soil. Third, Israel-Lebanon framework signed, confirmed, implementation uncertain. At the U.S. State Department on June 26, Secretary of State Rubio presided over a signing between Israeli Ambassador Yehiel Leiter and Lebanese Ambassador Nada Hamadeh Moawad. Under the framework, Israel would withdraw from two areas in southern Lebanon, one north and one south of the Litani River. But Netanyahu immediately stated IDF forces will not move until Israel's security requirements are fully met. Israeli strikes in Lebanon continued the same day the agreement was signed. The last Litani-based framework was UN Resolution 1701 from 2006, and Israel never fully implemented it. This agreement establishes a process. Whether that process produces an actual withdrawal remains unresolved. Fourth, IAEA access confirmed, Iran internally divided. This is confirmed, with one emerging element. The IAEA Director General confirmed on June 26 that inspectors will visit Iranian nuclear enrichment facilities under the mid-June U.S.-Iran memorandum. That is a concrete milestone. But Iran's hardline parliament speaker Ghalibaf publicly branded the deal America's declaration of defeat, signaling serious domestic resistance to compliance. Separately, Iran Internow reports IRGC personnel sheltered in a Shiraz lodging complex were struck earlier this week. That report is single-source and still emerging. In Gaza, the IDF struck 4 rocket launch positions overnight and confirmed the elimination of Hamas operative Akram Abu Mahdi, a participant in the October 7 massacre, killed in an airstrike in southern Gaza. Here is what to watch next. Monitor whether Iran escalates in Hormuz following CENTCOM strikes, additional launches, mine activity, or proxy action. Watch whether the IMO lifts its shipping halt or keeps it in place. On Lebanon, watch whether IDF forces actually begin moving under the framework or whether Netanyahu's security conditions effectively freeze it. And watch the IAEA's first nuclear site visit. The timing and access it receives will be the first real credibility test for the entire ceasefire deal. That is your War Brief Daily for June 27, 2026.